State your next witness.
Frank Miller.
If you could please remain standing and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So
Yes, I
help
do.
you God? Thank you. If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
Francis Miller, Francis Miller.
How are you employed, sir?
I'm currently semi-retired and working for a consulting firm, managing the Cudahy Water Utility part-time. Prior to that, up until December 31st of 2024, I was the water superintendent for the city of Cudahy. In the last 4 years, I was the director of public works and water for the city of Cudahy.
All right. So you worked for the Cudahy Water Department for your career.
Yes, sir.
And even after retiring, you're working with them again?
Yes, I am on a part-time basis.
All right. I got what's marked and entered as Exhibit 1 up on the TV screen next to you. I trust you're able to see that from where you are?
Yes, I can.
And I take it based on your answer to those questions about where you work, you recognize this area?
Yes, it's an overhead view of the Cudahy High School and Pulaski Avenue that heads down to the city's water pumping station on the shore of Lake Michigan.
The building I'm pointing to here, that would be?
That's the city's water treatment facility at 5110 South Lake Drive.
All right, and then the building down here, that's the pump house.
That is the city's pump house. It pumps fresh water from Lake Michigan to the treatment plant.
All right. To get from this building, the water treatment facility,
Yes,
all the way to the pump house,
yes.
you'd go down Pulaski Avenue, and what would you encounter?
At the top of the hill, just after the intersection of Pulaski Avenue and Sheridan Drive, there's a large gate, a two-section gate that's locked to prevent vehicles from going down to that pump house.
Who has the keys to that lock?
Cudahy Water Department personnel, Cudahy Fire Department, and the Cudahy Police Department.
I want to take you back, sir, to around April 1st and 2nd of 2024. Around those days, specifically on April 2nd, did you come into contact with the Cudahy Police Department regarding your gate?
Yes, I was contacted. On April 1st, we had a contractor doing some paving along the lakefront at our pump house. The morning of April 2nd, an inspector who was going down to look at the job called me to tell me that overnight someone had rammed the gate going down to the pump house. He sent me a couple pictures. When I looked at the pictures, I called Cudahy Dispatch, asked if it were possible to have an officer meet me at Pulaski Avenue to fill out a police report. It's standard for us to be able to file an insurance claim.
Was that an unusual occurrence for the gate to be smashed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall about the time that you reported that to the Cudahy Police?
Somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
On April 2nd?
On April 2nd, Tuesday.
And to the best of your knowledge, April 1st, going into the night of April 1st into April 2nd, no issues with the gate?
There were no issues with the gate when the contractors left approximately 4 p.m. on Monday, April 1st.
That gate and that road, would that essentially be the only way to get a car down to the pump house?
Yes, it is.
It's kind of a steep downhill decline, correct?
It's very steep and there's no other access.
Sir, can you take your microphone and bend it like this? That might, if you just bend it down like that, it'll stop the whistling, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry, is that better?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All those here. Yep, I've got all those here. When you went out to the gate, what did you observe?
The gate had been hit really, really hard. It's a large industrial fence gate. The post that it was in had been moved, and there were plastic car parts like you would see from the front of a car that had a collision laying around on the pavement.
I'm going to show you some photographs, sir. I'm going to start with exhibits 13 through 26. Just page through this. and tell me if you recognize any or all of those photos.
I recognize many of the photos. Many of them are similar to photos I took. I may have taken a few of these. There's like 1 or 2 photos here that I'm not sure if I've seen before.
Sure. Why don't you pull out the ones you know you've seen before?
These are the ones I've seen before, sir.
All right. So you recognize these as being from the area of the pump house gate. I don't know what's causing that.
I don't.
Do you recognize these all from being from the area of the pump house gate from that time?
Yes, I do.
All right, so I'm going to move in at 13, 14, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No.
Those are received.
You take these. Thank you. And I'm going to ask to publish.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Exhibit 13 here on the screen. What is this? Or what did it appear to be when you were there and saw it?
Looked like it came from the front end of a car, the plastic front end pieces around your headlights and stuff. It looked like it was a piece of that.
And you saw those pieces yourself when you
Yes.
were on scene?
When I stopped to look while I was waiting for the Cut APD to show up, I saw them myself.
Maybe try putting it back up. Maybe I was wrong.
We'll figure it out.
Keep
Maybe
trying.
it's my voice.
Now, obviously, this isn't the only photo of the parts we're going to see, but before we go further, was there something about these parts that led you to believe what kind of vehicle it was?
Several of them, when you looked on the inside, were marked Honda. And if you did a quick internet search on your phone with some of the part numbers, it popped up with models that it possibly could have been, and the Civic popped up quite a bit.
The Civic.
A Honda Civic.
Exhibit 14. This is one of those pieces you discussed with the Honda.
Correct.
All right, and that's written at the bottom.
It's written on the bottom in the black plastic.
And so you did your own searches of those.
It was natural curiosity while I was waiting for the police officer to show up.
All right. Exhibit 19. What are we looking at?
That's looking down Pulaski Avenue, heading east towards the lake, and at the top of the photo are the gates that were struck.
Okay, so behind you would be, behind the photographer here would be Sheridan,
Would be Sheridan Drive, and then if you keep going west, Lake Drive.
and this is the broken gate.
Those are the broken gates.
Is this how you first saw it when you went out there?
No, it's not. That's how our utility staff pulled those apart to try and get some idea how we could secure the road for the evening
Okay.
that night.
How did they appear when you first saw them?
When I first saw them, the gates were together. They're normally latched with a large chain that keeps both sections together. Those gates were caved in. The poles, the posts on each side, right and left, that hold those gates were both shifted and loose in the ground, so the gates were kind of collapsing.
All right, were you able to discern whether a car would have been able to get through there
A car was not able to get through the way I saw the gates when I got there,
when you saw them?
when I saw them.
Okay. Let's look at the left side of the frame here. You see what I'm circling with my finger?
Looks like some plastic car parts.
Are these the parts that you saw?
Yes.
Okay. Different view of similar vantage point. Exhibit 20. There's a portage on the left, correct?
Correct. We have a construction project going on for several months.
All right. 21.
The
Different angle.
same area.
Do you know if that's where is this where you originally observed the car parts, or did somebody sort of gather them up and move them there?
Those look like they've been moved over from where I originally saw them.
Where did you originally see them?
They were more scattered on the road when the first time I showed up when I saw them.
Near the gate or somewhere else?
Near the gate and kind of to the left from our view, but near the gate.
Okay. Exhibit 22. Another Honda part, correct?
Correct.
Exhibit 23. Another Honda part with what appears to be like a product number.
Yes, and that's one of them that I did a quick search on. It popped up with Honda Civic.
Okay, so one of these numbers here in the middle, you were able to search that number on the internet and find out that it likely came from a Honda Civic.
Correct.
Exhibit 24. Another piece of Honda parts.
Yes.
25. Zoom out a little bit here.
That picture looks like what the area looked like when I pulled up, with car parts scattered around and the fence askew.
Okay, so this is more of what you first saw when you got down there that morning.
Correct.
And in the foreground there are some of those parts, fair?
Correct.
Exhibit 26. Just another view of the gate.
Another view of the gate. That may have been taken from my car. I'm not sure. It almost looks like my dashboard.
Okay.
What's the number on that one?
This is exhibit 26.
Thank you.
Other than what we saw in the photographs there, were there other noticeable car parts? And by noticeable, what I'm asking you, sir, is you were able to identify what part of the car they belonged to?
Nothing that I can recall. Everything I saw seemed like it came from the front end of the car and were the black plastic parts that we've discussed already.
Okay, so you specifically believe these had come from the front end?
That's my belief.
What made you believe that? Just from what you searched?
It just seemed like it made sense. They look like they're parts from the front end of a car that you typically find if you've ever hit a deer or something. It looked like the same thing. It looked like someone just hit the gate with the front end of their car. It's a dark area.
All right, I'm going to show you exhibits 216 through 223. See if you just recognize what is in those photos, and if so, set them aside.
Yes, I recognize them.
They all appear photos taken at or around that date?
Correct. They look like they're taken at that site at that time.
Okay, I'd move 216 through 223 into evidence.
Any objection?
No.
They're received.
We'll go through these. Smashed gate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. 217.
It's another picture of the same gate before any of my people touched it.
218.
That's the picture of the post that holds the gate up.
That's the post you were talking about before?
Correct.
Okay. 219 shows sort of the whole post, correct?
Yes.
And then 220, a Honda part.
Yes. Correct.
221,
Another Honda part.
222,
Another car part that's, I couldn't identify that as Honda or not. It doesn't have the markings on it, but it's another car part that was there.
it looked like it would be from like the front of a car.
That's what I would think, but I'm not an auto body guy.
That's fair. What makes you think that though?
It just seems, it looks like it'd be a headlight or a marker light from the front of a car.
All right, and last one, 223, another part.
Correct.
Does the Cudahy Water Department have operational surveillance cameras?
Yes, we do.
And were you familiar with how they operated?
Yes.
Okay. Did there come a time where someone from the sheriff's office came to you to try to retrieve video from your cameras?
Yes. Wednesday morning, we were contacted by the sheriff's department and Cudahy PD, and they explained they were going to send a sheriff's detective over to review the footage we had from our cameras.
Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
And did either you provide them with video or they recover video from you?
They gave me a specific day and time frame that they wanted video for, and we copied the video to a hard drive and delivered it to the Cudahy Police Department.
All right. The cameras you had, there were cameras both from the
filtration plant?
filtration plant here as well as the pump house.
Correct.
And you provided those videos to law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall whether or not those cameras were accurate to date and time, or were they about 30 minutes off?
They were off. There'd been a power outage, and we didn't notice it until the officers were reviewing the film that we didn't update the time on the DVR.
Okay, so the power outage would have set the time back, so it was about 30 minutes off?
Correct.
All right. And that was something you discovered, that it was 30 minutes fast when you were reviewing it with the law enforcement?
As the officers were reviewing the video, we noticed the timestamps didn't make sense. We looked at the current timestamp compared to the current time at that moment and realized how far they were off.
I have nothing else.
Cross?
There's nothing hidden about this driveway, you would agree, right?
No, it's the public who lives in the area is aware it's there.
I'm sorry?
People who live in the area are aware it is there.
Comes right off of Sheridan Drive, right?
Correct.
And Pulaski runs right into it.
Correct.
And that's the reason there's gates there, because you don't want the general public just going on down there, right?
Correct.
What year did those gates go up?
Those exact gates went up sometime in the mid-2000s, but there has been some type of gate there for as long as I've worked for the utility, since 1990.
Okay, and if a person wanted to, by foot, for example, they could sort of finagle their way around the side of that gate. You would agree with that, right?
Yes.
That's all.
State?
Nothing else, Judge.
Thank you. You may step down, Mr. Miller.